job, as you begin to encourage somebody, and you say it on your, I didn't come here to help somebody. I came here to make a little money, but God recognizes that you're helping somebody through him. I'm a firm believer that's why we go through so much, so we can help somebody else along life's journey. My mama and them used to sing a song, if I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living will not be in vain. I wish I had about 3 or 4 people that remember that. Then my living will not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, brothers and sisters, then our living will not be in vain. The kindness of God will repay the kindness of men. Simply put, when you kind to other folks, God will be kind to you. Even if the people you're kind to are not kind to you. God says, don't do it for the reaction or the response of man, but do it for the reaction or the response of me, because I can bless you more than any man can. But can I ask the question everybody been asking? Lord, you say you're going to bless me, but the question is, when? See, if I can take my time with this, you understand that we fail in recognizing God's blessing. We fail in recognizing God's blessing. What do you mean? When you got to get up in the morning before the sun get up, you ought to recognize it's God's blessing. When you make it to your job, you ought to recognize that God blessed you to make it from the house to the job that he did not promise you. Come on, talk to me. When you make it to the end of the day, God allowed you to make it from whatever time you made it to work to where you are right now. When you make it back home, God has blessed you from the job back to the house. And if you had to stop at the grocery store, he blessed you to be able to get what you needed to get at the grocery store. Come on, talk to me. Do you recognize how blessed you really are? We fail to see God's blessing. Amen. This gas is high. You ain't putting in but $20 no way. Fuel is still high. Gas been high. I was talking to a gentleman this morning. He said, Reverend, he said, I remember, because they know me and I don't know them. So he said, Reverend, I remember when gas was 30 cents. I said, I don't remember that. And he said, you know what, Reverend? We were complaining then. I told him, if you complaining then, you having a stroke now. But regardless the price of gas, God is still in the blessing business. He still makes a way for you and me. So some of your blessings you are getting right now. Ushers, the more you help people for the Lord, the more the Lord will make a way for you. Not only you, but for your children. And for your children's children. Why do you think your children are acting up? Because the devil is trying to get you. Oh, Lord. Because the devil is trying to get you to stop serving God and trying to get your children from not imitating you serving God. When you understand that you are an example to your children, the Satan is going to get in your children to do the opposite of what you're doing. But in reality, in the back of their mind, they're being trained. Let me say it again, they're being trained. And if you train up a child in the way that he should go, that don't mean they're going to act, they're going to do it right then. I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed to tell you that sometimes I look at my children and I get hurt. I get hurt. Can I tell you why? I see other preachers and pastors, their children singing, their children are doing this, their children are doing that in the name of the Lord. And I asked Lord one day, I said, Lord, what's wrong with mine? And he had to tell me, Lord, he said, Herndon, first of all, not every child is the same. So you can't judge your children on what other children are doing. But but what you're doing now is you're training them. And sometimes the training process takes a little longer for some folk than it does others. But the way you train them, they're still in the training, they haven't graduated training yet. But when they graduate from training, they'll be back. So that's a word for somebody, regardless of what your children, grandchildren do. You got to understand something that you've trained them, and they'll be back. They'll be back. Because life has a way. Y'all know life be life, don't you? Life has a way of bringing you back to the church. I wish I had a witness in the house. You remember when you thought you were so grown, you didn't need the Lord, but them bills got high, and that money got low, and your body got sick, and you ran to church. God has a way of bringing you back home. That's why the father wasn't worried about what the prodigal son was doing, because he knew that life has a way. Anybody been out there? But life brought you back to the Lord. Aren't you glad you're back? And just like that prodigal son, he ain't going nowhere. We good. We good. You want to go back out there? Ain't nothing out there for me but heartache and pain. No sunshine over, and I ain't going nowhere. Unless the Lord goes with me. Notice what he said. Notice what he said. Those who have little of earthly inheritance. Means you don't have the best, but still you're blessed. Will receive the reward of an inheritance. That word inheritance means to gain as a possession. A lot of you here have an inheritance of land that you didn't buy. Come on, talk to me. Some of you are living in houses you didn't build. Some of you are driving cars that you didn't buy. Come on, talk to me here. But God has blessed you because you've been true to Him. He may have to take somebody away from you, but the reason that He took them, here it is that they were ready to go in the first place. But when they left, they may not left you a dowry. They may have not left you anything significant when you can retire. But if they two things they left you, maybe they left you a house, car, or maybe they left you the main thing, Jesus Christ.